Vroom, vroom, vroom. Hey, yo, guys, how the fuck are you? I trust that you guys are fucking amazing. It's your brother Paul, aka Peter Pan, aka the handsome sex god. And here we are today, looking at this mind map. That accent mind map. This mind map thing, right? And today's topic is peace and joy. So, what we're going to talk about, I'll keep scrolling in and zooming out here. So, what we're going to talk about today is how I found ways to bring more peace and joy into my life, and through personal experience, not just through reading books and whatever and theorizing and mental masturbation, which is fun too. I mean, but you need to be, it's good to be aware when you're mentally masturbating. But I look at this whole life as a big masturbation session, or as a fuckfest where you're having sex with multiple different beautiful women. But that's kind of besides the point. Peace and joy. I'm not sure if I mentioned that this was inspired by a guy named Joseph Rodriguez. He's a guy who helped me quite a bit. Yeah, and I'm thankful to him. Thank you, bro. So anyways, I'm going to lay here on this mattress while I record this. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you guys how you can increase your peace and joy and stuff. And this is how the world works for me, okay? I can at least say in my experience that whenever I hammer down on these things, and I'm going to go through them with you guys now, there's a lot more. Holy fuck! Now you guys can see my wallpaper. Dope. Anyways, imagine it went on here. I saw this one meme. I'm just getting a side tangent. I saw this one meme thing where it was someone was busy gaming, right? And I'll get back to that thing real quick just now. But they were gaming, and then they accidentally closed the game or whatever, and it went into their wallpaper, and they were live streaming, right? And there was a picture of Pikachu, but like a furry, like Pikachu with tits and stuff like that. And then there was they were oh shit, holy fuck, and they moved it. And there was another picture with some other anime character animals with boobs and shit like that, and it's scrolling oh my god, bless their soul. I hope that they're happy though. It was just funny. So anyways, that's my screensaver. So kind of glad you didn't see my pictures. There's just porn in there. Anyways. So, dude, let's rotate this. Rotate. Activated. So guys, whenever this is my first video like this, so I was gonna say, please excuse me, but fuck that. Fuck that, I'm perfect. Fuck that. So, I'm not fucking around now. The way that the world works, right? It's kind of like a circuit board. This is what I found through personal experience, not theorizing. Again, this is my personal experience. So I'll just give you guys stories, and if you want more details on that, you can ask me about it in the comment section, and I'll be happy to elaborate on it. Oh yes, and Simple Happy Life. I saw your comment, bro, about you asked me to make a part 2 on the quantum leap thing, and how I increased my income. Sure, maybe I'll make another video on that. Maybe I'll make a video expanding. But what I recommend you do is check out Joseph Rodriguez, the guy I mentioned. Check out his video on quantum leaps, right? So just type in Joseph Rodriguez and quantum leaps next to it. That'll sort you out on YouTube. That and his flow state videos. But anyways, maybe I'll make a part 2. So, with this one, right? How I found the world to work is it's like a circuit board. So, I'm not sure exactly how a circuit board even fucking works, but I'm gonna use my impression, my concept of a circuit board for this analogy. Okay, so if you put electricity into this thing of wires and stuff like that, you are going to get a certain effect, right? There's going to be electricity coming out. So if the input is a certain amount of electricity, you're going to get a certain amount of electricity as an output, right? So with life, right, you can think of the electricity as emotion, right? Think of the electricity as emotion, and think of the circuit board kind of as your life, right? So when you generate a certain amount of emotion in your body, you are basically sending that into the circuit board of your life to come back to meet you. And you can take this with a grain of salt, by the way. This is not you don't have to it's set in stone or whatever the fuck. No. Your beliefs also influence your personal world. Your beliefs influence them. So believe what you want to, essentially. But anyway, see if this is useful for you. This is what I found to help me. So if I'm inserting relaxation into the circuit board, I'm just using the metaphor. If I'm inserting relaxation and peace and joy into the life board, what's going to happen is more joy and peace and relaxation comes back to meet me, okay? And then it's like an upward spiral towards goodness. This is what I found, okay? So as you can see, all of these things, this meditation thing, this is something that brings more peace, okay? This good quality and sleep and shit brings more peace. There was actually, apparently, I think there was studies, but again, apparently you can like just pull out studies on anything to find whatever thing you're looking for and to prove whatever you want to prove. But anyways, apparently, good quality, like apparently, if you don't get like good quality sleep, that can what's it now? Increase depression and shit like that. And I've noticed that like on days where I don't get good sleep, like it feels like, and I'm glad that I'm aware of it, so at least I know what the cause of that not good emotion was. And you know how, anyway, I'm gonna just speak positive and shit. So, and I notice on the days when I like sleep really well, like my day goes like dope. It goes really fucking good. And it's just like good luck all over, essentially. But yeah, things just go well. Okay, and then flow state, that also contributes towards joy. And then if you avoid these certain, you can't see my finger like circling around this, but if you avoid these no-nos, that will help with you getting peace and joy. So, let's see here. Yes, we're still live. Pre-recorded live. So, let me just take a look at what I've recorded. Cool, so we got sound, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, guys, so just to add some context, when I'm talking about these things and I'm talking about emotion determines context, shit like that, like the emotion you feel influences the environment around you, I'm talking at it like not just from a physical level, I'm talking at it from a metaphysical or esoterical level as well. Esoterical, however you pronounce it. So, yeah. If you have questions on that, you can ask me about it. I might do a video on it. But that's not the scope of this video. That's not the main thing. The thing is how we're going to induce peace and joy. So let's start with meditation. Okay? My plan, this is my personal plan over here. You guys can follow it or adjust it to your own life, however you find it like best for you. So this is my ideal, right? So I plan to do 30 minutes of meditation in the morning, like at 7 a.m. That's basically immediately when I wake up. And then 30 minutes in the evening at 8 p.m., which is around the time I go to sleep. The kind of meditation I do is, I haven't put any notes on this, but Ziva meditation by Emily Fletcher. It's similar to her style. So basically, she has this one where it's like you feel your bum in the seat, right? You feel your ass touching the seat. You feel like she goes through all 5 senses. So she's like, okay, your sense of touch. What's the most tactile sensation you can feel right now? So it'll be like this chair or your feet in the ground or whatever. And then she'll be like, what's the softest tactile sensation? She'll be like, okay, is it your breath? And then you feel your breath, right? You put your awareness on this. You put your awareness on your shirt touching your chest. Your sleeves squeezing your huge biceps, right? Then she goes through all 5 senses like that. And I use that. You can check out Emily Fletcher's meditation video. It's pretty useful. That's just for guidelines. So anyways, but I do it without her video. I just do it like by myself because I already like have it kind of like down pat. In regards to when it comes to like how to do the thing. So my second session of meditation is going to be at 8 p.m. I'm going to do it again. What I notice on the days that I meditate is I'm much more in control of my emotions and I'm much more in control of myself also. Like today, for example, right, guys, I didn't act in a way that I wanted to, I didn't behave in the way that I wanted to. Like I found myself like once, like I had an argument with my dad today, which is like, that's when you know that's when I know that's like my litmus test for when I need to meditate more, or not necessarily meditate more, but either get like one of these things, right? Good sleep, meditation, like be on top of my thoughts, okay, and be on top of my state, and not be reactive, but just be responding. And also, I notice when I meditate, like if I'm doing it consistently and I'm being present to the moment consistently throughout the day, and if I get good sleep, my day is just smoother, okay? And people just happen to be awesomer. People are nicer. People are, like, I don't get in arguments with people. Things are just fucking awesome, okay? Things open up, like girls as well. I just happen to meet some girls that are like really into me. Obviously, I'm awesome and stuff, and that's more conducive to girls being attracted to me. But you can have all this potential, but how do you access your potential? Like, one way of doing that is through being present to the moment. And what helps you with being present to the moment is practicing it through meditation, becoming more present to the moment where you are right now. Okay, so that's meditation. So after meditation, I do something for my self-image, right? So this is kind of like Elliot Hulse had a pretty cool example for this. He said that meditation is like clearing the slate, right? Or clearing out the garden. So if you clear out the garden of unnecessary plants like weeds or whatever the fuck, maybe they have some purpose, probably to stop erosion. That's probably an insult to the weeds, but there's their souls. I'm kidding, they're just weeds. Oh no, I'm joking. That's really fucked up. Anyway. Fucking around here. So he said if you take out the weeds, or if you clear the ground or whatever the fuck from past programming, what you want to do, yeah, that's a good example, past programming, you clearing it. What you want to do is you want to plant new things. You want to plant fruit trees, you want to plant guava trees, you want to plant gooseberry bushes, very specific here. And the reason being is because not only do you want to get fruit, like not only do you want to get results in your life, but also you want to stop it from becoming, there's a term someone used, I'm not sure if it was a dude who wrote the book on flow, but there's a thing called the opposite of being in flow is drifting, right? It's on the other side of the spectrum, where flow is the good side, like the side that you want to lean more towards, flow-based life. And then drifting is kind of like not having a purpose, not being in flow, not moving towards something. It's more like stagnation and shit. So you want to get away from that. So if you clear the ground or whatever, you want to plant some good plants that take up the space there. So in other words, you plant good thoughts that take up the space and they occupy your mind. So we do that through boom, boom, self-image. Okay. So, and then also, yeah, you want to play to win. So the fruits, like remembering the awesomeness of the fruits and how much fun it is to like reap the rewards of planting these metaphorical seeds. So here I have something called SATS, S-A-T-S. That's an abbreviation for something Neville Goddard refers to as state akin to sleep. Some of you may be familiar with this concept or this term. So what I do is get into a really relaxed state while I'm laying on my back in bed. Or you can lay on your side or your belly, whatever works for you, if that even works for you. And I listen to an affirmation audio in my earphones, right? And like at 7:30 a.m., right after I've done my meditation. So clearing of the garden. I'm pointing here with my finger like you can see what I'm doing. So clearing of the garden. And then like clearing of the past programming to make way for new programming, which is the self-image, the one. Yeah, you can see that, right? Clearing of the to make way for new. For the new you that you want to become. So this self-image could be like having great muscle mass, right? Which is one of the things that I have, one of my goals. Aesthetics, having aesthetic physique, Jeff Side type of vibes, Brandon Carter type of vibes, Conor Murphy. Except like, I don't know what all of their status is in regards to like SARMs or like roids or whatever. But I want to be natural, okay? That's my goal, like being the best natural bodybuilder in the world. Said it so nonchalantly. It's very easy, very possible. I mean, you have the right mindset for it, you can do it. Doesn't fucking matter what people think. Here we go. So, self-image. You're listening to your audio, right? Your affirmation thing for I'm doing it here for an hour, right? So my eyes are closed and I'm getting into this state akin to sleep. And I wrote some notes here, how to do sats. Let's click on it and take a look. Take a look. Awesome. So, okay, done. So we have presence, right? So we use the Ziva meditation techniques by Emily Fletcher while we're doing the sats, okay? State akin to sleep. It's a state similar to sleep, okay? Akin. Kin, I think, has something to do with family, so it's relative to sleep, related to sleep. And then the other thing that we want is, so that Ziva meditation techniques that we're doing, like feeling your breath, feeling the mattress beneath you, it's going to put your focus onto the sensations, right? The five senses. And that's going to get you more present to the moment, okay? That's going to make you more relaxed, okay? And that's going to help you relax. So the other one is relaxation. Just whatever you can do to make yourself be as more comfortable as possible, become more and more deeply relaxed. So you can make that almost like a subtle objective, not something I'd focus on or whatever, but something that's more like, okay, let's have fun with this. Let's see how relaxed I can really get. How relaxed can I get while still staying awake? And you just like chill, and then you just like let go in your body, feel your body sort of loosen up, like lay back and be at ease. It's fine. Even if you don't get to a high state of relaxation or whatever, it's fine. Just be chilled with it. And that should be good enough. It'll still help. It's better than listening to it without like laying down with your eyes closed. So, yeah. So when your mind, it's kind of like meditation actually. So when if your mind starts going somewhere, like, you start thinking about, I don't know, a cap for whatever reason. I just see a cap in front of me, so I'm using that as an example. You think of a hat, and you just bring your attention back to the mattress below you, and you just like feel your back there. And if you start getting sleepy, sleep. It's fine. That may help. Let me tell you the story of when I actually fell asleep inadvertently while I was listening to an affirmation audio. So I had this affirmation audio, guys, where it was like, ladies love me. And I was like in the barber. I think my brother was getting his haircut and I was waiting for my turn. Someone was getting the haircut and I was waiting for my turn. And this guy had like a couch there. It was relatively comfortable. And I was sitting in it. And as I'm listening to the audio, like I started to fall asleep. I was just like waiting, kept my eyes closed, and I just like fell asleep with the music playing. And I don't know where you stay, so maybe you don't want to like fall asleep in your barbershop with your earphones in your ears. But by me, where I happened to have fallen asleep at, that was quite a safe place. So barber's cutting this dude's hair, and I'm there busy, like kind of sleeping, kind of taking a nap. And I'm listening to this thing, and like right after that, when we left, I think maybe I'd already got my hair cut and I was just waiting for him to finish. But anyway, either way, that's neither here nor there. When we left the barber store, we were walking out, and I just passed Pick and Pay, and there was this chick looking at me as we were walking, and I had started noticing this. This was, I think, I'm not sure if I was working at Checkers around at this time, but anyways, there was this chick walking towards me, and when we saw each other, like when our eyes met, like she was just constantly, like her eyes were like locked in, like just staring at my face, and I could see like her eyes are like wide and she's like attracted and everything. And so I said something to her, I can't recall, but anyways, I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, you got an interesting accent. You're from Joburg or whatever. And then she's like, oh, I think maybe I said from London or Britain. But anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is, and this chick was attracted to me. She was like waiting, very reactive to me, right? Very affected by me. So she's like stopping her way, like from where? All right. So that was an example of like state akin to sleep. I did that, and right after, and I think she was attractive. Like I don't think I really would have been talking to her like that, like if I wasn't like at least somewhat attracted to her. And anyway, the point of that is that the lyrics of the affirmation song I was listening to, that I designed, I actually recorded that for myself. It came to fruition, and some fruits had grown rather fast, right? After I had just done that sleep, after I had slept like that. And that's not the first time that happened. That's actually happened quite a bit with different lyrics that have been manifested. So sometimes they can manifest instantly, and it like helps a lot when you get into that state akin to sleep. There's some part in there where you're in a sleepy state, where it's like, I don't know, it just works really well. And then also I had also been more or less consistent with like the ladies love me type of thing. With either saying it to myself throughout the day and then seeing results, because also I was being present as well. So I was practicing presence, some Eckhart Tolle stuff as well, like just being present to the now, and that really accelerated it as well. So when I went to like youth events and things, goals would just like be fucking, how do I describe this in an uncrass way, lunging for me and things like that at different times, right? Or at the very least, they would be like wanting to make conversation with me or like trying to get my attention and shit like that. Attractive goals. So that state akin to sleep, that really helps. That really fucking helps. And it's been helping me with this current affirmation thing that I have, which also includes money as well, money and muscle mass and stuff like that. So yeah, that's also going to contribute towards my income increasing, and it can do that to yours as well, if you have the appropriate lyrics or the appropriate words or whatever. So let's move on. Good quality and quantity of sleep. Okay. In bed, I plan to go to bed at like 8:30 p.m., right? That's my ideal time. That's my new my new time. I used to go to bed at like 9. Now I plan to do like 8:30. Get that deeper voice, lowering of the larynx. And I plan to wake up at 7 a.m. Now we want to bear in mind, guys, your circadian rhythm, right? These big scientific words. Scientific. Oh, your circadian rhythm. So you want to be consistently going to bed at a certain time and consistently waking up at a certain time. So you want to do this consecutively for a certain amount of days so that your body gets into the rhythm of it. So if you set a new time for yourself to like go to bed, and it's new in regards to like what you've been doing like previously, then you might not feel as great at first because you're used to going to bed later or whatever. But as you get used to going to bed earlier and waking up, like just basically getting yourself more hours of sleep. Okay, let's calculate how much hours are you. Okay, I'll do that just now. But basically getting yourself more hours of sleep, you're going to notice that you start feeling more energized, and also your skin is going to get smoother. That happened to me a lot whenever I get like good sleep. I can actually tell if I look at, sometimes even if I look at my arm, like the skin on my fucking arm, dude, like I can tell when it's like the quality of my skin, like whether it looks like smooth and rejuvenated or whether it's like not so smooth and rejuvenated. And I can kind of it's reflective of the sleep quality I got. And the same with my face. My face is pretty obvious for me, at least. Like I pay attention to this detail. It's not that much. It's not like that fine of a detail. It's pretty obvious. I know once I got really, like I started meditating a lot and I got like into really relaxed states, and I did it like, let's say maybe 3 or 6 times, like some big number. And I remember this auntie came by, Auntie Serena, shout outs to you if you're listening to this. And she told me, like, we were like in the lounge or whatever, like she met me there, and she was like, yo, Paul, wow, what are you doing? Like, how do you get your skin so smooth? And it's like, just like it was such a small like period in such a small period of time, you can affect your body so largely. Yeah. I mean, we can even look at Dr. Maxwell Maltz in his book, like Psychocybernetics, where he talks about his patients who are like how they can get affected by emotions, like the body can change so rapidly. So if you get deep relaxation, you can really fucking turn your life around or upgrade your life and fucking level up to a whole new level of the hierarchy wherever you're at right now. Regardless of where you're at right now, you can do things within this same day that are going to help you a lot. Okay. And then at that point, what you want to do essentially is double down on them, and it's going to help. So that's essentially what I'm doing right now with this thing. So sleep helps, bro. Sleep fucking helps. Okay. A tip I have for you guys on sleep is this. Before going to bed, I have something called blue light blocking glasses. Like my brother stopped wearing them because I think he said like he feels that he sleeps better without them, which is cool and all. Again, like I read also in Dale Carnegie's book he mentioned the stories of these different people, real life stories of these people who, when they set their mind, in their mind, they believed that they were going to get a good sleep, and they like laid down or whatever, they slept really well. In their mind, if they like just were adamant about it, they're not going to sleep well, they were caught like snoring and sleeping and everything. Not that snoring is actually good for your sleep or whatever, but they were caught like sleeping, and then like the next morning they asked, how do you sleep? And the guy's like, I stayed awake whole night, didn't catch a single fucking wink. But then the dude next to him was like, no, you fucking slept. I was the one staying awake because you were fucking snoring or some shit. Whatever. I actually remember that story from the book. I think it was How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. It was actually a really good book. And so yeah, your mindset going in helps. Like, so anyway, I wear blue light blocking glasses. That helps me. Like I wear it like an hour before I go to sleep. That stops the blue light from like entering your retina. The other thing is, I stop like stimulating stuff. Like I stop engaging in stimulating activities, except for edging. I stop like, let's say I wouldn't be watching like some YouTube videos or whatever before going to sleep. I would like you see over here, right? My meditation is here. Like all these things, like calming, relaxing stuff. That's going to help me with sleeping. So yeah, guys, the quality of your sleep is also important. Not just quality. I mean, not just quantity, but quality too. Oh yeah, and waking up at 7, that's just ideal for me personally, because now I can like deep work my stuff, Cal Newport style. Yeah. You can kind of tell I'm into self-improvement. I like these books. It makes me sound so intelligent. Make me sound so intelligent. Okay, so that's the one with sleep. So flow state. Now, we're still on, and we're still live, and we're live, guys. I love Alex from Playing with Fire. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, guys, and we're live. And that's exactly what I'm saying. And that's exactly what I'm telling you. You want to get a girl from Tinder. Fucking love him, dude. He's awesome. I like making comedy skits and shit. So anyways, these are activities I wrote down that I personally can do to get into flow state. You might want to write down some that you can do to get into flow state. You can take a look at Joseph Rodriguez's summary of the book Flow by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi or something. That's what his name, the guy's name sounds like. But that dude wrote the book Flow. And you might want to like write down, like make a list of the things that you can do to help get yourself into flow state. So for me, I wrote down like rapping, and you'll see over here, and I'll emphasize why later, but creating a rap to a quote unquote relaxing instrumental. And then the other thing I can do is like walking, like taking a walk to the park while doing manual Ziva and engaging the senses, becoming more and more present. Comedy. We kind of already like went over what the Ziva stuff is. Comedy. Creating a comedy spoof script of some character I choose, for example, Alex from Playing with Fire, who I just mentioned just now. Perhaps someone who's taught me and benefited me, like Alex from PWF or Osho. With me, joy comes fast. Joy comes fast. For me, enjoy. So Osho or Justin Mark. Just as a tribute to them, but mostly to get into flow and have fun, like laughing. Last time I got like really into flow state and I was really like fucking laughing like hysterically when I made like a comedy skit. Like the next day I woke up feeling like I was doing it at night, right? So those emotions, perhaps they were going into my subconscious or whatever the fuck, but I know that the next morning when I woke up, I felt so fucking exhilarated, dude. I felt like amazing. And the funny thing is, I'd actually not gone to bed early that night. I did not go to bed at the ideal time. And ironically, like when I woke up, I felt fucking amazing. Why? Because my emotions the night before were like, I was just laughing, dude. I was creating the laughter. And I was in a state of flow. Just coming up with jokes and stuff with the Playing with Fire skit. It's an animation thing that I was doing, a pivot animation. There we go. Okay. So the other one I can do is Oh yeah, and when I did that, right, guys, and I woke up feeling amazing, that was when my first like quantum leap that I was like actively aware of, that like stands out to me and is like emotionally relevant to me right now. That's when that was when that happened, and the quantum leap happened, and that's when my income times 8, or like x8 or whatever it's called, like it increased by 8 times my income. I made that video about it already. And that's also when I learned this really cool thing about game and like socializing and like being attractive and shit like that. And if a girl wants to like fuck you and she really wants you to give her the D, then like how to like go about that, because she wants you to lead. So how to lead. And I found something really fucking awesome by Mark Chino. Shout out to you, bro, for the 10-minute pull thingy. That was actually helpful. That was pretty fucking helpful. I think that and 77 Ways to Make a Wanna Fuck You are pretty great escalation books. Exercise. Okay, this is the other one. Making gains in a stimulating way where I am engaged in the process. So, yeah, that could be like a medium flow state thing or whatever. But anyway, I enjoy exercising. I've kind of taught myself to love it. Kind of like how people teach themselves to enjoy wine. Because when you're a kid, think about it. Like, you fucking hate wine. Like, wine is like, what the fuck? Why are you guys drinking this piss water? Like, why? Like, really? And then afterwards, you just get so much crapping on wine. You get so much different biases, right? Psychological biases that are triggered because you see social proof around it. You see maybe pre-selection around it. You see like all these different statuses associated and cool, good things associated with wine, and your friends are drinking it, and then like you get exposed to it again and again, and you develop a taste for it. So if you can do the same thing that you like inadvertently did with wine to learn to like the taste, because remember, as a kid, you probably didn't like the taste of alcohol, probably any kind, even like the sweet ones. But anyways, if you can do that same thing with fitness or whatever other thing that maybe some people might not enjoy, and you learn to like fucking love it and fucking enjoy it so much, dude, you're on your way. It's fucking awesome. Like, I did that with fitness, thank God. Now I just exercise. And people ask me, Paul, how are you so disciplined? How are you so consistent? Dude, I fucking love it. Okay, that's the answer. I fucking love it. Okay, guys, we're moving on to the final round. Fight. Those games. So the no-nos, right? The final rung. Actually, at the bottom. So we want to avoid things that arouse unwanted emotions. I made a list over here because remember what we said about emotions, that they influence your environment around you, right? So for me personally, things that I would like, my no-nos, I made like an agreement with myself. I stopped listening to heavy metal. I don't watch any dramatic movies, and things that I don't watch anything or engage in anything that I'm not interested in manifesting. Okay. So if there's like some action movie and shit like that, and it's like there's some emotions that I'm not feeling, like when I say feeling, I mean like I'm not liking them, I'm like, fuck that movie. I'll rather go and watch Crazy Rich Asians, because I feel like that's more like, I like stuff with a family vibe or a comedy vibe. That's like, it's cool. Crazy Rich Asians, that was actually cool, and it's got wealth in it. So I'm a fan of the green. You know, the Benjamin Franklins, the Nelson Mandelas. When I say that, I'm talking about President Heads. I'm talking about money notes. It's a rapid term. I don't expect you to know it, but some of you guys might. Anyway, the next one. Minds, and you just stay away from situations, right, where you can, and otherwise, if it's right there and you like for whatever reason it's there, like, just be relaxed about it. Just be at ease, be as non-reactive as possible, and be present to the moment. Be relaxed and just let it be like water off a duck's back. Okay, just let it just disappear, whatever. Next one, mindsets / information that don't benefit you or your vision. So I would stay away from mindsets or things that don't benefit me or my vision. So for example, argumentative videos or things on YouTube, or like sides, or like factions, you know what I'm saying? Or like tribes, like modern tribes that are like warring at each other, like, oh, the left or the right. Like, I actually stay in South Africa, so that thing is already like super irrelevant to me. Even though, like, regardless of where you stay, it's not really relevant to you, depending on your beliefs also. Like, for me, my belief is that I'm God, and the only thing that's really that I should keep my eye on and like manage is my emotions and my self-image, and that is what balances the world around me. So if I'm keeping myself in check, I notice that the world becomes more of a utopia. And I notice that people around me become awesomer, my money increases, my health like gets even more like, dude, I just found out today that I'm actually pretty fucking strong. And also I progress in my goals and towards my vision. So you may find the same thing to be true for you. When you balance the stuff within, the outside takes care of itself because it's just reflecting what's within, okay? Essentially projections, beliefs and stuff like that. So anyways, and the other things that I like stay away from is debate like things, right? Anything argumentative, anything with conflict, whatever the fuck, like I move away from it, okay? It's not necessary, okay? It's not fucking necessary. Comment sections as well, like sure, you can find some cool stuff in the comment sections, but I'd rather just have my own fucking opinion, because my opinion is the only one that matters. The only other opinion that'll matter to me is one that can help me get closer towards my goals. Otherwise, I honestly don't give a fuck. So yes, guys, that is the roads that lead, these roads that lead to the center of town, peace and joy. Highlighted right there. So yeah, guys, the action I recommend you take after watching this video is set out a time, like take a piece of paper right now. I recommend, right? Take a piece of paper and a pen, and you can write down like when you're gonna meditate, right? And for how long. You can start easy, right? For me, I just like meditation is peace, right? Peace and joy is a really important value of mine, right? It's a standard of mine, and it's really important to me. So therefore, I'm going to meditate like fuck. I'm going to really meditate. Like, I'm going to go ham. Like, if you wonder what the abbreviation for ham is, just Google it. What does ham stand for? HAM. Like, just find out what it stands for. And maybe you can put Kanye West's name next to it. I'm going to meditate like ham, bro, in a relaxed manner. And stands for hard as a motherfucker. There we go. Spoiler. So anyways, because I care about my peace and my joy, and I'm going to take all the action that I can to bring peace and joy about. Because I love people and I love life and I love everything being joyful, okay? I care about myself and I care about people. So I'll do what I can to make the world a better place. So 30 minutes. So you can write down on a piece of paper however long you're going to meditate. I recommend twice a day. When you wake up and before you go to sleep. And you can also then write down another category, self-image. You can pause the video where necessary. It's fine. And then continue playing when necessary. So I'm going to assume that you continue playing it now. And you can rewind wherever you need to, or fast forward wherever you need to, whatever. So for the sats, you can decide, like, you can find an affirmation thing, or you can even make your own affirmations. There's some apps on like the internet, some websites where you can like type in like text to MP3 converter, like text to MP3 or something like that. And then you can like type in your affirmations, and don't use negatives, rather use positives. For example, don't use things like where you say not. Don't use not. Rather use, instead of saying I am not poor, rather say I am wealthy. You get what I'm saying? Instead of saying I am not a beta, rather say I am alpha, if that's something you actually want to use. I don't use the alpha thing. I just use that I'm fucking awesome. Pretty standard for me. And so yeah, that's basically the way that I would recommend you use affirmations. I've also heard this from other people, and I found this to be effective for myself as well. So you can create your own affirmation and then put some background music to it, like some soft relaxing stuff. I think that text to MP3, there are some that have like music you can play in the background. I know there was one that I used that did that. And like, go as far as you want with it, whatever your vision. Like, write it out as if it's already happening. Like what I wrote out, I'll actually like recite to you. Like this one that I'm currently listening to, I'll like recite it to you. It goes something like, How does it go again? Okay, I actually got it here. I can actually play it for you guys. Press button. Okay, let's go to my music. Stay away from my pictures. I've got two that I listen to. I have one that I prioritize over the others, and it's this one, I Love Myself. And I actually use the beat, the instrumental of Tyler Hero by Jack Harlow. It's a pretty fucking awesome instrumental.
I'm a multi-millionaire. I own big homes in Bal Air. I own mansions in California, Los Angeles, my nigga, oh yeah. Parents proud of me and I'm glad they glad. Fans proud of me, I'm glad they glad. Friends proud of me, I'm glad they glad. And the world proud of me, but I really don't care. Listen to my voice, it's euphoric. Every time I'm rapping on a track, it makes people feel euphoric. I'm the what I like. Yes, I'm young and rich.
Okay, so you get the idea. That's what I listen to. So it's basically like what I would say if I was already in that position, okay? And yeah. So affirmations work, by the way, when you use them correctly. And you use them consistently, by the way. That's the thing. It's like gymming. It's like working out a muscle. It's almost like an invisible garden where you're growing these vegetables or whatever. How do you have a more interesting example? Like some invisible thing where you're growing your garden or whatever. As you listen to it, you're kind of like watering this garden, and your trees of success, your trees of confidence, your trees of your social circle or whatever the fuck, that stuff's growing as you do it consistently, and it gets accelerated when you like combine it with all these things. Okay, so yeah, guys, then you can write down when you're going to sleep or whatever, and then write down what you're going to do for flow state throughout the day towards your mission, and even stuff that's not necessarily related to your mission, like it's whatever. And then you can write down like your no-nos, like stuff that you're not going to do, okay? And then take it easy. That's my recommendation. Relax with it. Like, take it easy. Don't like push yourself or some shit. There's a book by David Hawkins, apparently. It's called Power versus Force. Joseph Rodriguez helped me understand this whole concept of power versus force. Power comes from ease, right? Force comes from pushing, okay? And there's a way to like, dude, just check out the fucking video by this man, okay, by this guy. It's great. It's awesome, okay? He does a good job of elaborating on it. So check that out. And take action. Be relaxed. Love life. Enjoy stuff. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy some flow state things. Love people. Yeah, dudes. Peace. Trusted you guys. Enjoyed this. Hit the like button. Comment. Subscribe. Yeah, you can do those things if you want. That'll be awesome. Peace out, guys. Brum, brum.